Macbeth and Banquo go to meet the three witches.
Tell me my future, and so of mine.
Macbeth will be king. Banquo, son will be king.
After Macbeth is named Thane of Cawdor, Duncan announces that Malcolm will be the next king.
My son Malcolm will be the next king.
Macbeth is not happy with this decision. When news reaches Lady Macbeth of her husband's new title, she becomes ambitious and excited to kill Duncan and make Macbeth king.
We must kill Duncan.
She is afraid that Macbeth will not be man enough to kill Duncan. But Duncan is scheduled to stay the night at the Macbeth's castle with Lady Macbeth, which Lady Macbeth sees as a perfect opportunity to kill the king. When Duncan arrives at Macbeth's castle, he suspects nothing due to the marlets flying in the castle.
Tweet, tweet. What a lovely castle.
Lady Macbeth and her husband begin to devise a devious plan to kill the king. Lady Macbeth, being the great hostess that she is, gets the guards drunk so they would not be able to protect Duncan.
It's time to kill them.
Macbeth proceeds to murdering King Duncan. Lady Macbeth smears the blood of the dead king onto the guards. In the morning, when the dead body of Duncan is discovered by Macduff, Macbeth kills the guards out of anger.
How dare you?
Macbeth is scheduled to have a banquet and is inviting many guests. Banquo suspects Macbeth of the murder of King Duncan, but decides to keep it to himself. Before the banquet, though, Banquo informs Macbeth that he and his son Fleance are going on a ride and will return later that night.
I will be taking my son on a night ride. Sorry, I will not make your banquet.
Very well.
Macbeth, as you may know, has no children and feels that Banquo has done nothing to help him in his journey to become king. With this in mind, Macbeth hires murderers to kill Banquo and his son on their night ride. Macbeth was able to motivate the murderers by telling them Banquo was the sole cause for all their misfortune and bad luck.
Go kill Banquo.
Yes, Your Majesty, but what will be my payment?
Ain't no payment. Banquo's the reason you have this job in the first place.
The murderers catch up to Banquo and his son during their night ride, killing Banquo but allowing Fleance to escape. Soon, Macbeth is told the news and is determined to find Fleance. Meanwhile, Hecate and the other witches plan to mess with Macbeth's mind and give him false hope. They plan to meet him at the pit of Acheron soon. The blame for Banquo's death is now pointed to his son Fleance due to his absence after his father's death. Macduff, who also despises Macbeth, has gone to England to seek help from King Edward. Macbeth meets the witches at the pit of Acheron. The witches warn Macbeth to beware of Macduff. They also tell him some interesting things about his future. Macbeth, after this meeting with the witches, feels that he must kill Macduff and his family.
We will let them.
None of woman born shall harm Macbeth. Macbeth will not be defeated until Birnam Wood marches to Dunsinane Hill. The witches also inform him.
I must kill Macduff before he kills me.
At Macduff's home, Lady Macduff feels that her husband is a traitor and has run away.
My husband's a traitor.
Not knowing of his true whereabouts, young Macduff, though, is loyal to his father.
Dad, please come home.
Soon after, everyone in Macduff's castle is killed by Macbeth's murderers. When Ross informs Macduff of this horrible news, Macduff seeks revenge against the tyrant Macbeth.
Macduff. Sorry, all the family's been killed.
Bruh.
Meanwhile, Siward is marching toward Dunsinane with 10,000 men, eager to kill the king and restore the chain of being to its rightful order.
Come on, men. Tonight.
Every night since the murder of King Duncan, Lady Macbeth has been reliving the murder she and her husband have committed. Every night in her sleep, she writes a note confessing her sin, and at this point, only God can help Lady Macbeth. As the raid of Macbeth's castle is about to begin, Siward's army begins to assemble outside the castle in order of rank, led by Siward.
Starting with me. We attack by rank. Men, charge!
Macbeth is becoming very uneasy and exclaims that any things that try to escape will be hung. The king also wishes he would have never listened to the witches.
What have I done?
Men cut down trees to use as camouflage. Macbeth, unable to see how many men there are, looks on as Birnam Wood now appears to be marching towards him. Macbeth's original plan to stay in the fortified castle is abandoned when he sees what appears to be trees marching up Dunsinane Hill, and when he discovers his wife has committed suicide. Macbeth attacks, running through the halls of the castle and killing young Siward with many other rebels. Macduff, haunted by the ghosts of his wife and children, refuses the bloodiest sword except with the blood of Macbeth. Running through the halls, searching for Macbeth, Macduff and Macbeth finally meet. Macduff explains to Macbeth that he is not of woman born, but was ripped from his mother's womb prematurely and gives him a chance to live, but as a caged circus animal. Macbeth refuses and then is willing to fight to the death. Their swords collide. The two great warriors trade blows, but Macduff's anger and determination helps him to gain an edge on Macbeth. And with one final thrust of his sword, Macduff is able to pierce Macbeth's black heart. Macduff defeats the almighty Macbeth and cuts off his head to prove that the king is now dead.